We the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We will endure this fight. We gonna shine our light. We gonna shine it bright. We will trust in the Lord and the power of His might. We are the Israelites.
When they originally sold this, it was sold for $80,000. Now it's worth way more. Okay, those are black images right there. Okay, all black people in the forts. Can you zoom in to the black faces in the castles? In the windows. Stop right there, right there. Scroll to it. There we go. Look at that. With the woolly hair, because why? They were the judges. And the ultimate judge of the planet Earth is God, and he had woolly hair. That's where you get your the people that judge over there in the monarchy in Europe. When they wear the wool hair, that's where they get it from. They're trying to imitate us. Okay? You see that right there? That was our people ruling in the Dark Ages. Scroll back to Esau again. Look at them. Beasts. They had rocks in their hand. Look at that. Sticks. Trying to overthrow. So I think when you scroll down, get a look at their feet. Look at the feet. Damn, look at the feet. One brother got like 2 toes. So look at that. Look like claws. And it was our forefathers who drew this. It was our forefathers. Okay? All right. Let's get back to the scripts. Okay, give me Genesis. Genesis chapter 27. So what happened? What happened to our people? Actually, no, before you get that, I'm sorry. Before you get that, give me Malachi. Give me Malachi chapter 1. You're going to read verse 1 through 4. Then we got to go back to Obadiah. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1 through 4.
The book of Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
Mm-hmm.
I have loved you, saith the Lord.
You hear that? I have loved. Past tense, brothers. Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Come on.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Why are we asking God that? Why are we saying, why is he saying, yet ye say, wherein thou hast loved us? Why is he saying that? Come on, somebody put your hands up. Brother right there. You. Yeah, you. Stand up. You. Up. Don't turn your head back. I'm talking to you. Come on. Why are we saying that? Why are we telling the Most High wherein? Why is the Most High saying wherein thou sayest whereas thou hast loved us?
Because the curses.
Because of the curses. Because of the curses. But what we got to remember, brothers, we're the ones who broke the commandments. Even in the household, your parents give you laws, give you rules to abide by. If you break them, what's going to happen? You're going to get chastised. You're going to get punishment. It's the same thing with our living God. God is our Father. God gave us laws. We went away from his commandments. Therefore, he's bringing judgment upon us. Okay? He still loves us because we know the end of the story. The bargain is we come back as Israelites, come back to keeping his laws. We're going to rule this whole planet along with Christ. That's the bargain. Come on, back to Malachi.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
And I hated Esau. And I hated Esau. Come on.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
And we just seen a perfect depiction of that in that tapestry that I just showed. Read that part again.
I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
That's it on that? Was that verse 4?
No, sir.
Read on.
Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we have we are impoverished.
We are impoverished when? What time period, brothers? Dark Ages. Come on.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
What time period did they return and build the desolate places? During the Renaissance period. And those desolate places was in Europe. That's why it's called the bottomless pit, because there's no resources over there. There was a president, I forgot who it is. It might be a French president. He said Europe would be a third world country without Africa. That's why they need Africa. That's why they're over there stealing the resources of Africa. Okay? The gold, the oil, the drugs, the diamonds, and so forth. Okay? That's who Esau serves. That's Esau's God. Okay? Read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
So the Most High said, they shall build, but I will throw down. So we're living in the era where the Most High is throwing down. Ever since he landed foot on the moon, it's been all havoc. Now you got the resurrection of the Israelites. The Most High is going to bring plagues and disaster to this earth to what? Save his children. Okay? Mainly his elect. All right? Was that verse 4?
No, sir.
Read.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The what?
The border of wickedness.
They shall call Esau. It says they shall call them. Them is plural. They shall call Esau, all Edomite nations. I don't care if he gives you a good job. Some of you might be making 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever. Some of you might have had kids with them in the world. The Most High calls them the border of wickedness. Come on.
And the people against whom?
The what?
The people.
The people, not the person. The people, meaning all of them, plural. Come on.
Against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Forever. Forever. Although he sought it carefully with tears, he was rejected. Forever. Okay? Was that verse 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, get me Genesis 27. Genesis 27. You're going to read 38 to 41. And though he carefully sought it with tears, because Isaac gave the blessings to Jacob, he was supplanted. All right? We took the blessings. And that was ordained to happen. So Esau ran to his father, started crying for the blessings. And what happened? What blessings did he receive from Isaac? Let's read it.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be in the fatness of the earth.
So Esau would be in the fatness of the earth. Somebody explain. Everybody's hands should be up. I don't know why everybody's hand is down. Obadiah.
The fatness of the earth is basically what you see today. I mean, they got all of the best, the riches, the best part of the land, the best part of
the best
products,
places
everything.
of the earth, meaning the fatness of the earth. And later on in this verse is going to explain how he would get that. Would he work for it? We know Esau didn't work for anything. Everything they have, they stole, right? So it says the fatness of the earth. Come on, read.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
He'll be as the dew of heaven from above. He's going to cover everywhere. You go to Anguilla for a family vacation. Who do you have on the beach? Red Lobsters, Esau. Everywhere you go, you can't escape them. Even if you go to Africa, you cannot escape Esau. They're there. That's why they have the apartheid in South Africa. They're everywhere as the dew of heaven. Read, come on.
And by thy sword.
And by thy what?
Sword.
By thy sword. War was on his side. Power was given unto him. By thy sword, come on.
Shalt thou live.
Shalt thou live. So how was he able to get these places? How was he able to get the fatness of the earth? By what? By the sword. By the sword. Read.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And that prophecy was fulfilled in the book of Kings. All right. Now, we have, write this down, brothers. We have the American Caucasian, right? Officer Mike Judah gave a list before. We have the American Caucasian. We have the British Caucasian. We have the French Caucasian. Highlight French and highlight British. You don't have to highlight America. You have the Spanish Caucasian. Highlight. You have the Dutch Caucasian. You have the Russian Caucasian. Highlight Russian. You have the Irish Caucasian. You have the Italian Caucasian, also known as Rome. Highlight that. You have the Greek Caucasian. Highlight that. You have the German Caucasian. Highlight Germany. Out of Germany comes what? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Everybody look lost. Brother, right there. Yeah, you. Russia? Out of Germany? No. Soldier Yakub. Come on, brother. I know you got all them books at the barbershop. Come on, I know you know this.
I'm trying to think. Cap. Captain, I don't know.
You don't know
right
it?
Off top, right off top.
Okay. Brother right there. What's his name? Goodell? Soldier? Not yet, right?
I believe it's the 10 common markets.
No. No. Okay, out of Germany comes the Dutch and Belgian. Those are sub-ethnic groups that come out of the Germans. The Dutch and Belgians who live in Belgium of today. Okay? Out of Spanish comes what? Or Spain. Out of the Spanish Caucasian comes what? I know you know. Yeah, out of Spanish Caucasian comes what ethnic group? You gotta know this, brother. You Ephraim?
Esau.
Same thing. Come on, brother.
Right.
Come on, bring it home.
So you're talking about the Spaniards, right?
Yeah, out of them comes whom?
That comes, damn, I got it on the tip of my tongue, but
What ethnic groups come out of Spanish or Spain? The Portuguese.
Oh, yeah.
So, Joe, you're going to draw a line under Spanish in your notes. You're going to put Portuguese. That's a sub-ethnic group of Spain, okay? And the sub-ethnic group of Germany was the Dutch and the people in Belgium. With Edomites that wanted to be separate, there were a lot of internal fighting going on, okay? So a revolution started and a lot of people broke free, but they're still the same people, although they took on another language. That's why in the German language, Dutch sounds very familiar to the German language. Why? Because they're the same people. In Spanish, Portuguese is similar. There's a lot of similar words. Why? Because they're the same people. However, it's just a sub-ethnic group, okay? Now, show me the quote with Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was an Italian navigator, okay? He was not Spanish. Cristobal Colon. All right? Let's see what Christopher Columbus, because all these nations that we just listed, these Caucasian nations, they all have the same motto as this man. This is the forefather of their ideology and of their beliefs. Okay? It says, Christopher Columbus said, "Gold is the most precious of all commodities. Gold constitutes treasure, and he who possesses it has all he needs in the world, as also the means of rescuing souls from purgatory and restoring them, those same souls that was rescued from purgatory, meaning damnation, and restoring them to the enjoyment of paradise." So you got to ask yourself, how did they get this gold? How did they get this gold? Abiel. Because he's talking, this statement is a blanket statement. This is for all Esau. Because like I said, all Esau follow this motto.
By conquering.
By conquering, they were able to get their gold, right? But where did they get their gold from? Look at the bottom verse. Look at the bottom sentence. And it says, and restoring, restore means to bring back, right? And restoring them, those that were impoverished. Because remember, this happened after the Renaissance period. Okay? The Renaissance is the rebirth of Esau. So it says, and restoring them, the Edomites, to the enjoyment of paradise. Get me that picture. What's the enjoyment of paradise? Brother Abiel again.
I was finna say they got it from us, from when they conquered us back.
Because the Gadites was living in paradise. The Aztecs was living in paradise. All right? The Mayans, the Incas were living in paradise. Okay? That's why this movie, which came out in the early 1990s, this is the movie where the devil reveals that Columbus used 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40, as a proclamation to come over here, as proof that Israel was already on this side. This is the movie right here. And this is 1492, Conquest of Paradise. So he was getting the gold from the paradise. And who was in paradise? The Gadites. Okay? That's why it was called, in that book by James Adair. What's the title again? The book by Promised Lands, all right? Promised Lands, because Israel was a promised land, and so was this side. This side was promised to Gad, okay? This side was promised to the tribe of Gad, all right? So this is Esau, 1492, the conquest of paradise, okay? And they're still doing that today. They're still conquering today, all right? Take that off the screen. Okay. Now get me, all right, so we know that Esau lives by the sword. We just read that in Genesis, the 27th chapter, 38 to 40 to 41. Now get me Revelation 13. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 13. Okay, now we're going into the end times. Okay, the book of Revelation is an apocalyptic book of future prophecies. Okay, in which a lot did not take place yet.
What verse, Captain?
Give me Revelation 13 and verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
What are the 7 heads and 10 horns? Officer Mike Judah, what are the 7 heads?
The 7 heads are those Edomite nations that I named earlier.
Rename them again. Brothers, write this down if you don't know. You shouldn't be confused. Everybody should have a pen in their hand. Write this down. Come on.
Greece, Rome, Spain.
Stop. That's why I told y'all to highlight Spain, and I told y'all to highlight Rome and Greece, because these are the nations as he's mentioning. What came out of Spain? The Portuguese. Come on.
Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia.
What came out of Germany? Okay.
Russia and Great Britain.
And out of Great Britain, we have America. Okay. Those are the 7 heads, and what are the 10 horns?
The 10 horns are the 10 common markets.
The 10 common markets, or better known as the EU. Okay. Now, in our Bible, it says Revelation chapter 13. Everything is broken down into chapters. However, when this was written, it was one long scroll. It wasn't broken down into chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay? It was translated like this so we can have a better understanding of what we're reading. So let's read about this beast. Okay? Go back to the previous chapter. Get me verse 3.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon.
A great what?
Red dragon.
Why is it saying red dragon? Why is it using that color? Brother Larry. Brother Robert, I'm sorry. Because of Esau. Genesis 25:25. Okay? Read.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
7 heads, that great red dragon, red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads, meaning rulers. Now, 7 heads is different heads, but is of the same body. And that body is red. That dragon was red. So it's letting you know that those nations have the same origin. They all come from Esau. Those nations that Officer Mike Judah just mentioned. They all come from Esau. And the 10 common markets all come from Esau. Okay? They are the Edomites. All right? Go back to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
The name of lies. Come on.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Come on.
And his feet were like as the feet of a bear.
Come on.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
So it had all the characteristics of all of the former nations that ruled. Okay, when you go back to the book of Daniel. Come on, read.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Verse 3.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
Where did we just read that? It says, I saw one of his heads as it were wounded. Officer Mattathias. What time period? Give me a time period. Everybody should be writing these notes down.
That was during the Dark Ages.
Time period. What else? Give me a time period. Give me a year.
193 AD.
Very good. By whom?
Septimius Severus.
By Septimius Severus, 193 AD. Okay. All right. Read.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
And it's the same thing that is said in Obadiah, I believe. All right, where the Most High said that they were impoverished. All right, but then he said he shall what? Return and rebuild the desolate places. That happened during the Renaissance period. Read.
And his deadly wound was healed.
When was his deadly wound healed? I just gave it to y'all. During the Renaissance period, the rebirth of him coming back into power. Come on.
And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
So why are people saying that? Why are they saying who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Brother right there with the cast on his arm. What's his name?
Brother Rico.
Rico? All right.
Because when they dropped the bombs on, how you say it? Hiroshima? Yeah, Nagasaki.
Power was in his hand.
Right.
He has weapons. He has the drones. He has the military capabilities to subdue all nations. Notice America is the only one, right? These Edomites are the only one that are mainly passing what? Sanctions on people. You have China now trying to get together with, I believe, either Iran or Russia to try to pass some tariffs or some kind of sanctions on the U.S., but that ain't going to work. U.S. is the only one doing that. Esau's the only one doing that because power was given unto him. That's why they're saying who can make war with him? Who is able to make war with him? Because power was given unto them. Okay? Drop that. Get me 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras chapter 14 verse 3. 2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse 3.
2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, in the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses and talk with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I held him by me a long season and told him many wondrous things.
So Moses was told many wondrous things. Moses was shown the beginning, the midst, and the end of times. Okay? Remember, Moses wrote what? What books did Moses write? Huh? I can't hear y'all. 5 books, the Torah. Okay? And in the book of Deuteronomy, That's future prophecies. Moses was shown many wondrous things. Moses seen everything. Moses seen the Messiah. That's how he was able to write Genesis, the 49th chapter. His eyes shall be red with wine. He's seen that. He's seen Christ. He's seen us going into captivity. He's seen us committing all the wickedness that we commit today. He's seen all the other nations coming up against us. He's seen the horns, the 7 heads and the 10 horns. He's seen all of that. Okay, read it again.
And told him many wondrous things, and shewed him the secrets.
The what?
The secrets of the times and the end.
And the end. And the end. That's why the Most High God said he's what? He declares the end from the beginning. He declared the end from the beginning with Moses. Okay? When he said, let there be light, the Most High already knew what was going to the end. He already knew the end. When he said, let there be light, he already knew we was going to go into slavery. He already knew we was going to have yokes of iron on our necks. He knew that a majority of us was going to repent. He knew who the elect was going to be. He knew who the wicked was going to be. He had all of that planned out from the beginning. Okay, read.
And commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. And now I say unto thee, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have shewed.
Oh, wait, that's talking about Esdras now. Now let's go back. Now let's go to the beginning. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's see what the Most High showed Moses. And Moses has showed unto us. That's how we know who Esau is. Okay? That's how we know who Esau is, because of Moses. He wrote it down for us in Genesis 25. And that was before Moses. But the Most High showed him everything. Okay? Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
Some of his commandments.
All his commandments.
Uh-huh.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And all of the curses came upon us and overtook us, in one captivity or the next. All right? These curses came upon us and overtook us, and we're still in the midst of these curses until this very day. Come on.
16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Brother Robert, explain that. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Basically, we cursed in every
Explain the
neighborhood.
city. Explain the city part first.
The city is where we live at today.
Mm-hmm.
And we cursed. You know, you can go to any city, any neighborhood, and, you know, you see poverty, you see people in want of everything. You know, you see kids outside, no parents, you know, fatherless, stuff like that.
Okay, all right. Black on black crime.
Black on black crime, drug
All right.
selling.
Okay. Read the next part. And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
I mean, in the field, I'm going to get off that guess. In the field, your job, where you work, you know, you work.
Okay, you're bringing it up to today. Give me something back then. Let's go to the time of chattel slavery.
Picking cotton.
Picking cotton in the field. What else?
Corn.
You said who?
Corn.
Corn. Okay, I thought you said something else. All right. Corn. All right. Go ahead. All right. Corn. What else?
Sugar cane.
All right.
Water.
Sugar in the field. Corn field. Tobacco field. All of that. Our people was cursed to pick those things.
Was wine in there? Wine.
Grapes. Yeah.
Grapes. Okay.
All right. Give me verse 17.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. You can have a seat, Robert.
Okay.
Pass
thank
it
you,
to the
sir.
next brother over. Next to you. Right there. The brother with the twist in his hair.
Mitch.
Brother Mitchell.
Hey, shalom.
Yes, sir.
Cursed should we be in our stores like Black Wall Street.
Good. That's
that
a
was
good
cursed.
example.
Up to date. Right now, like we cursed in the stores. Anything that we produce, it ain't gonna come to nothing.
Exactly. And many of it will have businesses, and we open it up in the black community. Black community was supposed to what? Be self-sufficient. We're supposed to rely on each other. And most businesses won't prosper in our own communities. Why? Because we have that self-hate. We don't want to support each other. We rather go to the other nations to buy. We rather go to Esau, Elam to buy. You understand? Come on, read.
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be.
Jump to verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So whose sons and daughters was given unto another people? It was our people. Okay, it wasn't Amalek. They don't fit this. It was our people. Our sons and daughters was given unto another people. The another people means another race of people. That did not happen during Holocaust. Okay? That did not happen during the Holocaust. They do not fit these curses. Okay? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
No military might, no economical might to redeem our people. Okay? Just like today in Libya. You could bring it till today. You have brothers.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.